Good afternoon, my friend. Welcome to another Lunch and Learn with Coach Rob, where we talk about how you can improve your health while making a meal. And today we're going to be making a simple meal that is done in less than 15 minutes, but it is going to help you fight inflammation, stay full, lower your cholesterol, and just all of the amazing good things that come along with it. And if anybody can guess what this meal is, I'll give you $100. But you probably won't be able to guess it off the bat, so I will tell you. We're going to be making something super simple that you used to probably hate as a kid, but you're going to learn to love as an adult, and that's oatmeal. It was one of my favorite things to eat when I was younger, but unfortunately, I was doing it the unhealthy way, and I was eating the instant oats that had the little pre-made stuff, a bunch of sugar, a bunch of preservatives. So today, we're going to make a healthier version of that, and I'm going to tell you why oatmeal is helpful for you, and why you should be eating it almost every day at least, or every other day at the minimum. So we're going to start off with some of my distilled water. For those that want to know about the recipe, to cook 3/4 cups of oatmeal, you want to have 1 cup of water so it doesn't get too dry. You don't have to add more. I may end up adding more water. Actually, I'm going to add more water because I'm going to cook a whole cup. And I'm using distilled water, which is why you see me pouring it out of this right here. So why am I telling you to eat oatmeal every day? Isn't that for kids? Well, believe it or not, oatmeal is one of the best things you can eat for your health for several reasons. I'll give you 5. The first one is fiber. Oatmeal is full of soluble fiber. What does that mean to you though? You're like, Rob, why do I need fiber? Well, fiber is what feeds your gut microbes. Probably should have turned that water on already. That's all right. So, fiber feeds your gut bacteria. And when you have good gut bacteria, that means that it is digesting your food at an optimal rate. Because we talk about being your best self all the time, but we don't think about it in terms of how our bodies are operating. So if you're eating foods that help your gut work at an optimal way, now you can digest food in an optimal way, which means now you can get all the nutrients from that food in an optimal way. But another thing that this fiber is going to help you with is going to the bathroom. There are too many people that I have talked to that don't have regular bowel movements. And when I say a regular bowel movement, I'm talking about a bowel movement at least once a day. Multiple times a day would be ideal. So, bowel movements, that is going to be the number one reason, well, not the number one reason, that's a good reason why having oatmeal is going to be good for you. So, reason number 2 that you want to be eating oatmeal, like I just said, it aids in digestion. Oh, I forgot to mention that when you have fiber, it actually helps lower your cholesterol because it gives that fat something to adhere to go out in that bowel movement. So I kind of got ahead of myself when I was talking about the aids in digestion part. I was supposed to save that till now because it's going to aid in digestion. Making sure that because it aids in digestion, because it's also going to do these things, it is going to help regulate your blood sugar. How does it help regulate your blood sugar? Oatmeal has a low glycemic index. For those who don't know what a low glycemic index is, that is the rate at which something releases sugar into your bloodstream. Now I'm going to leave these 2 items out so that I can talk about them separately in a moment here. And yes, I'm going to throw a little bit of sugar in here. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. And you don't have to use sugar when you make it. So oatmeal is also going to do an amazing thing for you that most people think don't happen for us vegans or us plant-based people. And that's feel full and satiated. Because of all the fiber, it makes you feel full longer. So for my people that are struggling with weight and they want to lose some of it, adding oatmeal to your diet every day will help you feel fuller longer so that you end up eating less calories throughout the day. And I just remembered that we're going to make this a protein oatmeal. So I need to get my almond butter out. Chopped dates is another great way. Sometimes what I will do is I will mix my dates with the water, put it in a high-speed blender so that it already has that natural sugars in it that way. But because I didn't do that ahead of time, you just reminded me that I need to do that on the next one. I'll do it on the next one. So another thing about oatmeal, and this is not one of the 5 reasons why it's good for your health, is you can make it how you want. You can make it as protein rich or as fat rich as you like, because I'm about to add some healthy fats and some healthy protein by adding this almond butter to it. Also, I'm going to add some ground up flax seeds, which is also going to add some of those healthy fats that we need while also still getting the fiber from those things. So we talked about the fact that it's going to be high in fiber for you. We talked about how that fiber is going to aid in your digestion. We talked about how it's going to help you regulate your blood sugar. We talked about how it's going to help you feel full. Oatmeal is also super high in antioxidant. And why do you care about having antioxidants? Well, antioxidants are anti-inflammatory. So I'm gonna break down what oxidization is. Oxidization, I don't know why my words don't want to come out. Oxidization is the breakdown of cells. That's why when you see things that rust, they turn brown, because the cells have broken down and you can detach them from what they were adhered to before. So oxidization happens inside of your body. That's why it's important to eat foods that are antioxidants, because it slows down that rate of cellular breakdown. Okay? So it's rich in antioxidants, and antioxidants are also anti-inflammatory. As you saw in the title in here, fight inflammation. There are too many people walking around with chronic inflammation in our society. That chronic inflammation gets into your brain and causes dis-ease, gets into your heart, causes dis-ease. It gets into your joints and causes this dis-ease called arthritis. That's right. Y'all don't be looking at my pimples. I saw those, man. It's been a real stressful week. So stuff is, your body, your skin will always tell you what's going on with you. So that's the oatmeal part. I left these 2 ingredients out for a reason. We have ground cinnamon and we have turmeric. We'll talk about turmeric briefly. Turmeric is also anti-inflammatory and high in antioxidants. That's all I'm going to say about that today. We'll save that for another day. But this cinnamon right here, we're going to go a little bit deeper on this cinnamon, because I put it on pretty much everything. I put it in my smoothies. I put it in my oats. As you saw, if you watched the pancake video over the weekend, I put it in my pancakes. Cinnamon is anti-inflammatory, and we just talked about the reason why someone wants to have anti-inflammatory ingredients in their body. Because inflammation, chronic inflammation at that, leads to more disease. It leads to those aches and pains that you're feeling. Okay? Now we just added a little flaxseed in here, again, for some healthy fats. Oatmeal also lowers blood sugar because it improves your insulin resistance. Oh, dash of cardamom. I may have to try that one. I'll put nutmeg in it every now and again. Those are some great options. You just gave me some things to switch this up a little bit. I never thought about doing a cardamom. But that sounds like that could be pretty good. So it lowers your blood sugar. So if you're someone who's dealing with type 2 diabetes, I definitely recommend you adding oatmeal to your day every day, whether it's cooked oats like this, or if you don't have the time to be over the stove, you can make these things called overnight oats, where you take your oats, you put it in a mason jar with your favorite plant milk, a little chia seed, flax seed, you put that thing in the refrigerator, Put your seasonings, put your oatmeal, put your cinnamon, put your cardamom, put your nutmeg in there, mix it up, put it in the refrigerator, and now you have a meal to go. You can eat it. Now I'm going to tell you to eat in the car because I see too many people doing that, but you can eat it once you get down to your desk at work. So for those people who say, I don't have time to eat healthy, there is always an option for you. Okay? Now, let's get back to the cinnamon. Because we talked about how it's anti-inflammatory and how it lowers your blood sugar. It is also antimicrobial. It has an ingredient in it called cinnamaldehyde, and that's useful for fighting infections. So if you're someone who's constantly dealing with certain things, I had to find a moment of silence while eating oatmeal. That is hilarious. Crazy enough, I saw a comedian make a joke about oatmeal the other day and said that it's only for people who have horrible lives. And I think, but it's also, he was a really big fella, so I think he was just trying to rag for a reason. But anywho, back to what we was talking about here. So, antimicrobial. So if you're dealing with cuts, issues, infections, things like that, having and adding cinnamon to your food is going to help you with that. Cinnamon helps with your heart health. Unfortunately, here in America, heart disease is the #1 killer of adults. So if there was something that you could do that could reduce your risk of getting heart disease or succumbing to that type of issue, I think you'd want to do it. And oatmeal is one of the simplest things you can do. And it does this because cinnamon helps to lower your LDL cholesterol. LDL is the cholesterol that you want to be low. That's the bad, what they call the bad cholesterol. I know I'm stretching my pot. It makes it easier to clean up later. And as you see, I'm using the stainless steel pot because I live by the 6 principles of health, the 6 pillars of health that I teach you. And one of them is to detoxify your life. The easiest way to introduce toxins into your body is to cook in those non-stick Teflon cookware because it scratches up. Actually, when it heats up, it releases some of those things. It has hormone inhibitors, neuroinhibitors, all of these crazy things that you don't want to be ingesting through your food. So stainless steel is going to be your go-to unless you get you a non-stick, non-toxic cookware like this one from Caraway. But I don't have a full set yet. I'm still working on that. So I'm going to stick with my trusty old stainless steel for now. Boom. So now, let's get some of the goodies that we're going to add to this. Even though I added some almond butter, I'm also going to add some almonds and raisins. Because I like my oatmeal to be good and fit. So while I do this, let's finish talking about cinnamon. We talked about it being anti-inflammatory. We talked about it lowering your blood sugar by improving your insulin resistance. It's antimicrobial and it improves your heart health. And here's the thing that I want all of my adults to hear, because they say as we get older, our memory goes. I just think that we just choose to forget things. We get just selective memory. That's all it is. And it improves the brain function. So having and adding cinnamon to your food not only tastes delicious, but it's going to improve how your brain actually works. It improves the neuroreceptors and how your neurons fire. So if you didn't believe in eating oatmeal before, I hope that this live helped you with that. Boom. Now we got oatmeal, cinnamon, we've got almond butter, we've got flax seeds, we've got raisins, and we got even more almonds. So for those people who are like, where are you going to get your protein? How do you stay full eating healthy? How do you stay full eating vegan? This is the answer for you right here. We've got carbohydrates, we've got proteins, and we've got fats. But more importantly, we've got all of those micronutrients that are more important for your cellular development and cellular health. We're getting tons of fiber, tons of antioxidants, and a whole list and slew of other vitamins and minerals that I'm not going to go into detail now, because as you see, my meal is done, so it's time for me to go eat. So I hope that you enjoyed today's Lunch and Learn. My intention is to do these more regularly, at least once a day, 5 days a week. Don't know if I'm going to do them on Saturdays and Sundays, but at least Monday through Friday, my intention is to come back to you with these Lunch and Learns. So if you want to see more of them, make sure you set the timer. I'll do my best to do them at 1 o'clock every day so that we have some consistency. May move it up to 12:30. But that probably won't happen for a while because I have some training going on at 12 to about 1 o'clock. So it'll likely be 1 o'clock. I'll just have to move some other things in my schedule. So yeah, man. Until next time, live healthy.